All right, so we just finished up the Austin Marathon weekend, and you're about to see the aftermath of what it looks like when we get done. So the garage is completely packed. This is actually the NSP HQ, but right now it's just the aftermath of the expo. It's also our storage unit, it's our gym, it's where we fulfill orders. So it's kind of everything. The goal here is hopefully by the end of summer we can move into a warehouse. That is the goal for the brand. But right now, this is what it's looking like after we get done with an expo. So we have our whole booth setup is right here. Part of it's even in our spare room. So everything has just been thrown everywhere. This is actually a little bit of our storage space for clothing that we ship out through our website. It's kind of scattered because we also pulled a lot of our inventory for the Austin Marathon weekend. So it's pretty chaotic right now, but this is how we roll. Yeah, so I'll turn on the light. All right, so this is the shipping and fulfillment area. So actually, when I get an order, I just come over here. Voila. Yeah, so we get an order, comes through, and then I just select the gear from either here or some of the boxes. If I have to, I'll heat press some of the items, get them packed out, shipped out. So this is a heat press. Some of the clothing that we have, they don't have any logos on there, and the reason why I do that is so I can kind of test out some new designs, and once we find one that we really like, we'll just do it in bulk. So we'll launch it on the website. Anytime we get an order, I can just heat press it as the order comes in. That way I don't have to waste a lot of material. It saves on costs. It takes a little bit longer, but it's just better in the long run. So this gives us a lot of versatility and different availability while using the same like shirt or short, half tight, whatever it may be, but I can do different logos for a wider range. So this thing really comes in clutch. But for the Austin Marathon Expo, we had 70 half tights, and it took 8 to 9 hours to heat press all of the half tights, which by the way sold out, so it was worth it. But yeah, this thing has put in some time. All right, so some of the new items that we had launch at the Austin Marathon, we had some new 5-inch shorts. It's just a general training short. These all have sublimation designs. So this was more of a, we just call it the ATX camo short. We have a couple new 4-inch racing shorts. So here's another sublimation design. This is actually my favorite one, and it has reflective print on it as well. So these did really well, but the item that did the best, that actually sold out, which was also a brand new product for us, is these half tights right here. So these are our 8-inch half tight. They just debuted at the expo. They have a lot of design detail. So they have some like little rubber grippies that have our logo on it, which was a really cool touch, I thought, on the inside of the leg. But they have 7 pockets total, and honestly, I had a lot of self-doubt going into the Austin Marathon on how well these would do, and so the fact that this was the one item that sold out was very reassuring. And it might actually be our new hero product. So we're going to be doing new colors, we're going to be doing a new designs of half tights, probably very similar material. So if you actually got a pair of these half tights at the race, you should let us know what you think about it, because we'll be doing new iterations. We also got a couple other shorts. We had these red ones, which did very well. I actually think these were our second best selling item at the expo. that. And then we had 2 shirts packed away somewhere, but here's one of them. This is a new like compression tee design. So yeah, so that's some of the new items, but we had 7 new pieces total that we launched in person, and over the next few weeks we'll start rolling them out online. So if you were able to get some of these pieces at the Austin Marathon, thank you for even trying them out, checking them out, and repping them on the course. And for those of you who weren't able to join us out at the Austin Marathon, these will be rolling out hopefully shortly. One of the biggest reasons why this expo was so successful for us as a brand was, one, the activation leading into it. This was the first time that we were able to really capitalize on showcasing some of the product, building out a really good giveaway. This is all thanks to Miguel, our camera guy. But on top of that, after the activation of the booth, which was also just our biggest booth yet, the day after was the marathon, and just seeing the amount of people racing in our gear was unbelievable. It's already a risk. Most runners, most racers, you guys already know that once you have your race kit picked out for a race, you don't really change it. You don't try new gear for a race. So the fact that there were so many people wearing our gear for a full marathon or even the half marathon was insane to us. The feedback is still rolling in, and you know, we'll see like what happens as time goes on, but it was just unbelievable to see all the gear out there on course. So one of the other biggest parts of this expo for us was we had a 20 by 10 foot booth space, and we've done that a couple times before. So we've set up at FitCon in Utah many times. We've set up at the Olympia out in Vegas. They've all been like great expos for us, but this Austin Marathon was by far the best one yet. One of the biggest reasons I believe that this expo was so successful for us, as I've mentioned before, was the activation leading up to it, but the other was the booth setup that we had. So we had a whole rig set up. It was, I think, about 11 feet tall, so it was pretty sketchy getting it set up, but there were 3 of us that took 6 hours putting this thing together manually. Shout out to Miguel and Allie, and the teardown went way smoother because we had a lot more help. But anyways, we had the framing, which was truss units, kind of like a DJ booth setup, but what we were going for was fully like industrial vibe that tied in kind of like a military-esque designer fashion athletic wear, just something that could capture that whole experience. And what we really wanted was people to see our booth from a distance and go like, 1, what is No Straight Path, which I think worked, and then 2, when they got there, we wanted them to have the experience of almost walking into a storefront. And with such a small space, that's really hard to do, but I think we executed that perfectly with the resources we had. We knew that this being our new hometown, home city, we really had to make a statement. And so I didn't just want to bring a tent. I didn't just want to do some kind of like lower level setup. We had to make a statement. I knew there's going to be a lot of eyes on this from people that we know that don't really know what No Straight Path has to offer. And so there really was a lot of pressure on, hey, if we're gonna set up at the Austin Marathon, we have to do it big. We have to just let people know what we're capable of working out of our garage. So that was something that was very important when we were designing the booth, which came from a Pinterest board and Adobe Illustrator. So yeah, that's what we did.
What is this? What is that quote that Daryl says?
Yeah, so the quote Daryl has been saying, shout out to Daryl, he has been saying that sometimes you just have to do more with less, and that's exactly what we've been doing since day one, and that's what we're gonna keep on doing as long as we have to until we start taking off, you know. Yeah, so now we'll show you guys what the design looked like on Adobe Illustrator. So we'll take you inside. Beware of dogs. Get the ghost. Good girl, bring it here. Thank you. judge on the workstation. You know, Allie works from home, so her and I are side by side, but the workstation is destroyed. These past couple weeks have been chaotic, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So.
Ooh, the password.
I know.
You can play in slow motion, you'll log into the stuff.
Yep.
All the crypto, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. All right, so right here we have Adobe Illustrator. It's what I use for all the designs, for clothing, for the booth, any type of product, and this is where all the magic happens. But right here is just a very rough 3D draft or rendering on Illustrator that we use to design the booth itself. So it's just, this is kind of the concept design that we ran with. And here's the individual spec design layout for the backdrop as well. So we actually had a banner behind the galvanized fencing, and this is just kind of where I can see that concept come together. So everything was built out right to spec for the whole booth. So the 10 by 20 foot setup, everything was measured out so it could fit perfectly. And it definitely did not in the end. We had to adjust, but you know, it was as close as possible. So that's what it looks like, concept. So I talked about this out in the garage, but this was also a key feature of the booth design, and this was the display section. So we had these metal chain links that hung a 4-foot pole, and we had those suspended from the top of the framing, and then below it were the cubbies that you saw earlier, lined with all the clothing beneath. So we showcased all of our newest product up there, the product that we thought would do the best and draw the most people in. So this was just kind of that way of, well, how can we do more with less? And one of the things a lot of people don't think of when they're designing a booth is to go vertical. And so this was a way where we could go vertical with such a limited space and really maximize the overall display of clothing. So another key tip there if you're ever looking to design booth. So you can always go up, you don't just have to be on the floor. So yeah. One of the cool things about designing all this clothing is we can do anything we want. So for the shorts that we debuted at the expo, we actually spent a couple months coming up with different designs, and this was one of the designs. So when we have a lot of sublimation designs that we're working on, what I'll do is I'll actually do a bunch of different swatches, and this way we can actually test out what the colors look like, see if there's any errors in the print, and then even the sizing. So a lot of this like grid camo, if we wanted to enlarge anything we could, it's actually something that we did with this AOR1 camo, because this print is way smaller than the actual short. So from here you can see like the digital camo pattern. We actually enlarged it about 200 to 300% for the final product. And these prints are actually from different manufacturers. So you can see right here, this is the same grid camo print that I submitted to 2 different manufacturers, but they have different colors. So every manufacturer is going to have a different printing method. It's the same type of fabric, maybe a slight variation, but overall it should be the same. So some manufacturers might have a better color than others. We actually went with this one versus that one. Sneak peek, here's a type of darker camo that we're working on for a future short. This is one of the shorts that we actually did with the reflective print out there, the 4-inch, that did really well. Yeah, so just a couple different stuff in there, but these are some of the swatches. And then here's another swatch. This is a swatch book, and this actually allows us to pick a fabric that we really like. So the shirt, for example, if we really like the material, I can ask the manufacturer to send a swatch book, and then from there, the swatch book has all the colors. So it's kind of like if you're going to paint your living room, you would want to hold these up in different lighting. And a lot of designers for apparel, they will actually have a light studio where you can bring these in and test them in different types of lighting. We don't have that yet, so what I do is I hold in from the sun, artificial lighting, natural lighting, things like that, see what colors I really like. And one of the tough things about these tiny swatches is they may look a different color when they're blown up in the size of a shirt. So you might think you're looking at a true black color, but it actually might be a dark gray or a dark blue until you get a bigger swatch of it. So just a couple more things that we've learned along the way. Also just through some of the design courses that I took, or fashion courses that I took in ASU. So we don't have all that fancy technology yet, so we just work with what we got, but it's been working.
I'm training here in LA in 3 weeks, so
Yeah, dude. Oh, it looks great.
Yeah, I got the black one too, and I got matching shoes with it. It's shit's sick.
I see you posting up all the time, and you're hitting some distances.
I like how the pockets are pretty big.
Yeah.
Inches
Hey, so everybody who like buys from us today, we've been throwing them up on our story. Do you guys want like a group shot in front of the booth?
Of course.
3, 2, 1. The half ice. We just will do it.
Oh my God! No, you're not getting it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
You got a big space here.
Oh yeah, we got a 20-foot space.
That's great.
And you know, it's just kind of, we were like Miguel, Ali, and I, we were setting this up like all day yesterday, just drinking like
These things right here.
It's crazy. So, yeah.
What branch are you in? Army. Thank you for your service. I added a 20% off. There you go. Thank you. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
if not, then tuck them in.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Ooh, I love these. These are more. Are these for guys or for girls?
Yeah, I do. I'm like, do you want me to say what's up, y'all? Please, Miguel, why are you always getting me so goofy?
I'm just here recording. You know.
Hey guys, we're at the NSP booth. Come check us out today from 11 to 6. 11 to 6? 9 to 6. 9 to 6. All right.
What is up, guys? We're out here at the NSP booth. It's absolutely electric out here. Come see what we have to offer, dude. You won't disappoint. Yeah, I think these are fun. Homie hooked me up over there, Daryl.
Okay, what?
Thanks.
What's your goal for tomorrow?
I'm going for under 10-minute pace for the half.
Oh, yeah, dude. There you go.
See you later.
What's up, Matt? What's your goal for tomorrow?
Goal is, I just had a half marathon last 2 weeks ago, so I don't want to set a crazy expectation for myself, but it's 3:30.
Chill, complete it.
3:30.
There you go.
8-minute pace. Go.
It's not chill. Is this gonna be your fit for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. What do you got?
I got these shorts, pretty cool. And I got 2 tees, 2 black tees. Really like the neutral color. You know, I got some bright Nikes, so I'm pretty excited to wear it.
Yeah, because what we do is like a lot of like community events. I'm not sure if you're on social media, but we usually like post up. Like we do a lot of memorial workouts like Murph, 9/11, or just have like community stuff like that, you know. So today we have a lot more stuff online, but everything that.
What's up, man? I got the shorts because honestly, super comfortable. Just tried them on, but I'm all about the storage. I don't like having a belt. I don't like carrying a gear belt or having things on me, having things bounce around. And so a lot of storage in those side pockets. It's snug to the skin, super comfortable. I'm ready to rip in them.
Hell yeah, dude. Did you get the shorts?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Nice. You gonna try them out tomorrow on the run?
I think so.
Hell yeah, dude. Well,
They look too good not to. So
there you go.
thanks, y'all.
buddy.
shorts when I was standing over there, and I was like, oh, so those are sick.
Yeah, I mean, any pair you see, like.
You got a pair of shorts?
Yeah, I'm the old ones. Same one in red.
Yeah, we have 3 versions. We also have, it's kind of like a grid one up there, kind of like a grid camel. So a little bit more into like performance stuff, but still going on like the veteran like areas and stuff. Because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of that in Austin right now. So I mean, we love.
No, absolutely. Well, yeah. I mean, that's why when I saw veteran on, I was like, oh, I'm going over there for sure.
Oh yeah.
So.
Don't get at these.
So first impression, what do you think though? Like.
Super snug. Love the dual-sided pocket.
Yeah.
Love the storage back here. It feels like I could fit probably like 2 gels and my phone back here as well.
Yeah.
As well as gels on the side. Pocket for the keys. I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, man.
I mean, my keys ain't gonna be on me. They're gonna be in a hotel.
Right.
Yeah, but I fuck with them heavy. Absolutely.
Well, hell yeah, dude.
Alright, so if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. And if you happen to run in the Austin Marathon, whether you did the half or the full, comment down below what your race time was, and then we're going to pick somebody in the comments. And if there's only one comment, looks like you won, but you will win some of this new race gear. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.